morning and welcome to the Viz Global News Update. We're live from London. I'm here with Mikey Jenkins.
Good to be here today, Mark Seisler, and it's going to be a good show for you today. But first,
we're going to send you right over to our correspondent in Syria, Andy Sampellin. He's got a story on the defection of Bashar al-Assad's government, as he is the president over there. And so we're going to get a little story on what's happening over there. We're live.
Thank you, Mikey and Mark. Reporting live here in Syria. It has been said that an unknown Syrian general has been going against the president, Bashar al-Assad. He has been killing many innocent people using cluster bombs. It was reported that 11 people have been killed and 27 have been injured. Also, reports are in that this unknown Syrian general has an arsenal of 156 cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are used to kill personnel and ground vehicles. A UN employee was recently killed by one, and Syria has not signed the worldwide ban on the cluster mutilation. Andy Sampellin, live in Syria. Back to you, Mikey.
thank you for that story, Andy.
And now, we're going to take you, we don't have a lot of time here, we're going to take you right away over to Scott, who's got a story on the coalition in Israeli as multiple political parties are making sacrifices. We're live to you, Scott.
Thank you, Mike and Mark. Scott Amos, live here in Israel. Here we have many political parties signing on to a coalition agreement headed by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The coalition has gained a lead in the upcoming Knesset election in Israel. The new government will focus on fiscal responsibility and containing Iran's nuclear ambitions. Back to you, Mikey and Mark.
Thank you so much, Scott. That was brilliant. Mikey.
We are just getting news of a story in the Persian Gulf. We have more on this story with Joseph Schneefeleckler, who is in the Persian Gulf, live.
Right to you, Joey.
What you got to say, man? Should we do the next one or should we cut?
No, let's go.
Let's cut.
I am here today in the Persian Gulf reporting on an Iranian jet fighter incident. An Iranian jet fighter was caught pursuing the American surveillance drone and only ended the chase when a radio warning came from an American escort plane. This chase, which was on Tuesday, is following a more serious incident in November when an Iranian warplane fired on but did not get a Predator drone carrying similar classified surveillance mission in which the United States was carrying. Both of these incidents were drones which were in international airspace.
We'll have more on that story in an hour. But for now, this is Joseph Schneefeleckler reporting live.
Thank you, Joseph Schneefeleckler, for that great story on the stuff happening in the Persian Gulf.
And now, for a great story in Saudi Arabia, we'll send it right over to our reporter, James Whistler. We're live. It was reported today that in Saudi Arabia, 7 men were executed. It is not the first time it has happened, as this year alone, 23 have been executed. That is an astounding number because they do have a death sentence and a death trial over there. The 7 men were accused in 2006 of stealing some goods and looting robbery. In 2009, they were sentenced to death, and in what some people call a sheer act of brutality, they were murdered at gunpoint today. Likewise, the Amnesty International report said that there was not a fair trial and begged King Abdullah not to murder the men. That said, he did not listen, and it is a tragedy, but they were killed. James Whistler reporting live. Back to you, Mikey and Mark.
Thank you for that story, James. That was a great commentary. I really appreciate you going out in the in Saudi Arabia and really getting a good story for us. So thank you.
Truly a great anecdote, if to say the least.
So I guess that concludes our show for the night. Thank you for joining us for the Middle East update.
It was a pleasure as usual. Thank you and good night.